sorry, have you observed some people when they want to present this PowerPoint thing? Everything they want to say, they'll just be looking at the screen like that.
Yeah, reading word for word.
Exactly.
It's just supposed to be bullet point, like guides.
We can read the bullet point already.
Yeah, we can
so
do
what
that.
are we not seeing that? So company can organize
Training
like all those
sessions.
trainings. You can do self-learning yourself and the likes like that. Please, and the most important thing is take feedback, right?
Yeah,
Like
take feedback.
I know Favor don't like me. I don't like
I'm not mentioning names here.
Wait,
No,
it
she's
is
here,
my
so
neighbor,
that's why I'm
yes.
mentioning
Let me tell you something. It's a love-hate relationship. Like, I love him so much, but he hates me.
No,
but
I don't hate
him
you.
too.
I don't hate you
Yeah, let's
actually.
hope.
I don't hate you. But let's take feedback.
settled,
Our bosses are not that. They want the best. Let me put it that way. Yeah. They want the best. So let's take their feedback. So with that, we can improve on us, and we should get mentors sometimes.
Yeah. Hello, our data farm. We are back here again, and you know how we do it. We come with all the tea, all the spice. We missed you guys so much. I'm here with my amazing, what do I call these men? Like awesome men, intelligent men, handsome men. I mean, ladies, we have a single guy here. Yes, Suraj is single. No, we have a single guy here. They are intelligent. They are outspoken. They are. Words fail me because if I keep listing the characteristics of these men, I'll keep going on and on and on. But you know how we do it here. We're here to have
everything.
We're here to have conversations that obviously connect the dots as per data professionals. Yeah. So hi guys, welcome back. I'm Favor, your usual, and I have here with me Suraj, the quiet Suraj. But Suraj is coming up, like he's getting better. You guys can tell. Suraj is and we also have Samuel. Hi Samuel.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome back. You're looking good. You're looking DG. You're giving us hot.
This is too much.
I beg this Samuel. I will
Samuel
soon take you to court. You're not even saying allegedly.
I'm an intern, so
You're not saying allegedly. You know how it is. I will just take you to court. Yes now. So guys, welcome back. Today we have something very exciting, something very spectacular, something very exciting for you guys. We have an exceptional person, a brilliant person. I've heard from him. I've listened to him. I'm telling you that you just need to listen to this episode because like it is going to be impactful. So we have an amazing person. He's a data scientist. Like this one is top tier data scientist though. It's not the regular data scientist. He's a please no but sincerely you said
It's like Favor has lived in Ireland before. Because all this it's Lagos Island vibe now. Like
okay, he's a data scientist, he's a statistician, he's a math guru. You know, we spoke about math guru, and that person that Suraj was talking about that he met someone that knows about it.
EFCC go define out.
Okay. He has over 7 years of experience delivering practical, data-driven solutions across banking, e-commerce, logistics, fintech. He specializes, I have to emphasize that, in predictive modeling, inventory optimization, and customer analytics. He currently leads the data initiative at Omni Retails, and he's very passionate about communication and learning. He has mentored so many people, including me. Like, a lot of people can boast about this. So guys, drum rolls. Welcome, Babatunde Adebayo. Hi.
I think we should just stop the show right now. Like, I'm like, okay, what are you talking about?
No, but it's you, please.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I agree with Favor on this. All this,
No, he knows I'm under him. I'm always like, we fight, but I'm his baby girl, even if he's not going to accept.
What fails me right now? I don't know what to say now.
He's an exceptional person. He's an exceptional person. Babatunde, we are happy to be here. It's an honor to have you here.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
It's an honor. I'm here to learn. We are here to learn. And I'm very sure you have a lot to dish out to our viewers.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. So how was your journey? Hope Lagos didn't stress you today.
Well, I would say I'm living Lagos, but I'm still in Lagos.
How was your journey from the
outskirts of
interior mainland.
Yeah. I think that's the right word, interior mainland. Yeah, it's fantastic, and I think one of those good things about data professionals as a whole is you get to use your skill to act life, so to speak. So the way you
look at him. He's always
teach us this thing.
the way you optimize Google Maps. I should leave this time. I should cut traffic this time. When Google is even tell you something, you're like, no, I'm not going to go that route. I'm just going to go this route. But yeah, all in all, it's a very smooth journey.
Yeah. That's nice. Thank you. Look so good.
Oh, really?
Good. Yeah, but it's taking. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Yeah. So today we are going to be discussing soft skills for data professionals. A lot of people out there, they believe that you just need the technical skills to succeed. You just need to know SQL or the regular tools. I don't want to specify, right? So, but Babatunde, you are the professional. What do you have to say concerning, essential soft skills that data professionals, whatever skill they are in, they need to succeed?
That's one thing. I'm the professional. Who are they?
Yeah,
know me. I'm entry level. Please.
Okay, I think they should just open the door.
I've always said that from the beginning.
Can I take my leave already? No. Let's lower the hype.
But this one is founding father, actually.
Yeah. He's our founding father.
What are you founding?
I founded him. All right. Let's stay on topic, right?
Okay.
Aside the technicality side of the data profession, I think it's very, very essential. It's kind of very, I don't know the word to use right now, why most people don't mention this often. I think the soft side of the technical skill is even more important than the technical skill sometimes. With the advent of AI and the likes like that.
Yeah.
Even, I'm using this word cautiously, nobody should drag me, right? Even if you are not too technical, right? And you have all the soft skills required, I think you can excel more now in data profession than, let's say, 7 years back or 5 years back with the advent of AI and the likes like that. Now, in specific terms, I think communication I will rank as a top one, soft skill that a data professional should have. I'm somehow biased in tilting towards communication, but the reason why I chose it is the fact that, I don't know, maybe me or someone else, most people in the data field, they are more like, should I use the word introvert, sort of? I know now we have the vibes now coming into we have the vibes now coming into data field. So a lot of people
like yourself. I mean, you're the vibe.
Yeah, it's curious. I'm even surprised at myself speaking. Anyway, it's all right. A lot of data professionals have a lot of things here. They have like this beautiful optimized SQL code that just get the job done. Some of them are these smart persons. They know the algorithm in this life. But when it comes to tell us, okay, what your finding is, and boom, you'll be like, okay, just go and read my code. And sometimes you're like, okay, I can't read your code. Business don't know the code and the likes like that. So I think communication should be ranked first. Other skills will come later. Definitely, I'm sure during our conversation we mention and touch base on some. I have like a lot of stories to share actually when it comes to communication. Okay, starting off with my first job, it was in a banking setting. And I am this nerd in school. I believe just work to prescription. Like, you're giving me a task, then I'm just delivering my task. So I usually send this report like every day, 8:30 to the CFO then. And he always get this in the mail. So it's like, I'm always just sending an Excel like that. There's a format like that I got. Yeah. So I'll just edit it with current data and just send it to him. And it's happened for 2 weeks, right? He just invited me to his office. I'm like, can you tell me what this means? The interview is like, it's already there, sir. Can you just so tell me what this number means? I was like, okay. And this is the job I've been doing for 2 weeks. And I don't even know what the numbers are, right?
Wow.
Not that I don't know what the numbers are, but what does this number represent in real life? And it was like a turning point for me. So the net guy had to go. But I'd be grateful in my career, so to speak, because I had great mentors along the way. Shout out to my boss. He's so awesome. So we're like, guy, I understand you are good, so to speak. But if you can't communicate this number to me in clearer terms, I remember I said this thing already a format. This goes by this 7% join today, 8% like okay, tell me which one is our best branch. I was like, that's all then. So yeah, you just having that technical skill, I don't think it's enough. You knowing how to communicate those things that you've done, those hard work, those sweat, I think they're very important.
Wow. He has said a lot. For me, I'll just say sometimes, like he said, he sends a stakeholder some Excel report. Sometimes these stakeholders will tell you, send me daily report. Some of them, they don't even open it, right? They'll just go, okay. I'll give an example. Like, one of my boss, she will just call you, sorry, people, where are we doing, where do we have the highest sales, or where are we doing the most, or what will you say has been our performance, within a certain period? And you'll be like, check the numbers now. Like, I really don't.
You don't know yet.
So like sometimes you have a lot of things in your head, and then how to like bring it out. It's a struggle for me. I think it's someone like for me when I was starting out. More like I can write code, I can do it, but to speak, and I don't feel like, I feel like your impact is not complete if you cannot communicate.
Definitely.
And my boss Samuel is shaking because he has something to say.
Well, for me, I think communication is just very important in everything that you do, because that's the only way, that's the only thing that actually gives credibility to whatever you have done, right? At the end of the day, right? Because I know a lot of us in our CV now we pack written, effective listening, written communication. At the end of the day, it starts even from the interview stage, because I think one question I want to ask you is because I've seen it a lot. People know stuff. There are a lot of solid people in the ecosystem, and all, but one thing I see is that communication gap is there. When you are interviewing someone, you're speaking to someone, engaging someone, and then this person knows this, but to articulate themselves, to express themselves, to give you that what's the word now? Is it confidence? It's very hard. So you find them jittering around and all of that. And that way, I feel like you can even lose out on opportunities.
Definitely.
If this is on a personal level.
Okay.
I'm not even talking about on the job, like in your day-to-day work, right? On a personal level, if you don't have communication skill, I think it's a disservice to yourself. You don't know how to communicate yourself. If you don't know how to put yourself out, I mean, communication is multidimensional. Like also there are a lot of people, someone like me. I'm very terrible at social media, right? So I see a lot of people on LinkedIn put this out, this and that. I'm just getting to learn, but now verbally. You meet someone and someone is engaging you on a particular subject matter, and this is the field where you play, right? But you don't know how to. You're struggling to actually.
Should I come in there?
Yeah.
Most things I've discovered is that I don't know. Most data professionals don't know who they are. I'm saying this word cautiously. You are seeing the business from every perspective.
Right.
Because the operations turns to number, sales turns to number, marketing turns to number, CEO decision turns to number. So if you know who you are, you have like this 360 view about the business, except the data is not being captured. So I think you are in the super house. So I'm going to use some analogy, right? So think of it as you are the strategic, I'm using this word cautiously again, in a war. You are fighting a war, so to speak, and you have all the location of your enemy base, you know the number of ammunitions you have. So if you are not advising the business enough in terms of your communication this time around, I think you are not optimized, if I'm going to use that word again. Now, you mentioned something again, I think that's very important. During interview session, I think most things people evaluate on is more or less on rate yourself in SQL on a scale of 1 to 10. Or they say, how good are you in Excel? Can you use VLOOKUP? Do you know about bytes? Can you use the BT? Oh, okay. And the likes like that. The list goes on. But nonetheless, the critical part is, can you ask the right question when we are doing requirement gathering for a new project? Can you be an active listener during that stage whereby the stakeholder is giving you a project, but they themselves don't even know what they really want, right? I don't know. No, well, I've worked across industry, and every time there is this always a particular moment whereby a requirement is being shared to you, and you're like, okay, I don't know where you hear this for, sir. You'll be in your mind, right? It's inside of you. Want to ask them that. So, are you sure this is what you really want? Because what you are saying is like, it's not wording. It's not like it's not make. You won't say the word doesn't make sense, right? Because that's another soft skill I think we should make mention on.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry, as a data professional rather, you are interfacing with stakeholders, and to be honest, to get to a time whereby you're like, boss, is everything right with you, right?
Yeah, sometimes like I'm always there, to be honest. It made me punch somebody's face.
Exactly. Like, do you want me to bend the data to suit the will of or do you want me to report the reality? So I think it's very essential. And just to summarize what you said, Sam, I think during interview session we should like evaluate candidates more on both the technical skill and also
I have a question, around this subject. Like, so when you're interviewing someone, right, how can you tell that person has that communication skill? Because a lot of people, I'm very sure some of our viewers want to know how they can present themselves or how they can know that they are prepared enough, that they have that communication skill. Yeah, what recruiters are actually looking for, Yeah.
Okay, I think
I'm sure you have interviewed a lot of people. You interviewed me, so I know.
Yes. Well, during your conversation with a person, I think as an interviewer, you should be flexible. Just allow them be themselves. I know a lot of people will have memorized what they want to say. Oh, okay, nobody's on this table.
I'm on that table.
Yeah, they've memorized everything they want to say. So they just come and just download everything. Just kind of like, okay, relax. Then how you can know if somebody has a good communication skill is just give them a scenario and just, that reminds me. I was on an interview and the question I was asked is, how many data can fill an Excel? Like, at what point will Excel break? That's the only question I was asked.
Wow.
Actually, I'm not to give the right answer. Yeah. Nobody's actually asking me how many cell, how many column. It's not about me just walking that person through what I think might be. And during that time, I never knew that was what I was being evaluated on. The person never asked me SQL. Never, like nothing. And I got the job actually.
Wow.
How much data I can fill into an Excel before it breaks. And that's all.
Wow.
But me walking him through, I was able to ask a lot of questions. So instead of me giving the answer, trust me, I was just asking my question like, sorry, do you mean cells? Okay. So when he was responding back, I was able to get where he's actually going to. And I'm glad I kind of answered. But sorry, the interview actually ended up being like a teachable session whereby I was like, okay, I was being educated rather than give the answer. So those are the few ways. Another way, again, that you can measure people's communication skills is give them a technical assessment. No, nobody's on this table again. They can just get the work done from any means, right? Like they can even throw the question to AI. So you just ask them that, okay, come present what you have done.
Is it more like live coding or is it, there are different sides to it. There's the take-home assessment, and there's the, share your screen and,
To me, I don't believe in that share your screen.
People are finding acts to it now. So it's not even about share your screen and
I've done share your screen interview before.
You have share your screen interview and some of them will have like a phone placed on their screen and they have this.
What are you saying?
Yes, they give us.
No, that's what. People will use people. Not even me.
No,
but I know.
Just relax.
Favor.
So speaking of still riding on the communication thing, right?
Yeah.
And I want to digress a little bit. I know. Let's be very honest. There are roles within data that are, behind the scene.
Yeah, a lot.
They are not front end roles. Sorry, not front end in the engineering side. I'm saying they're not front facing. Yeah, that's the word. They're not front facing roles. They are more like behind the scenes. Like for example, let's say like a data engineering role, even data science, the machine learning, data scientists, and so. Now, I feel like okay, let me ask rather than say, so how can this kind of people that play in this kind of field be better at communication? Also, it also has a synergy with collaboration, because those kind of roles, for example, as data engineer, you're going to collaborate a lot with your DevOps. If you have a DevOps team, you're going to collaborate a lot with the database admin if you have one. So all this, so there's going to be a synergy, and like they say in the field of engineering and software engineering, they say back end and front end guys, they're always fighting, they're always having issues. Or the UI UX guy and the front end guy, you give them a screen, the front end guy will do something else. So there's always this back and forth. So now in data, how do we foster out collaboration? I believe collaboration is one of the important soft skills that for example, back behind the scene guys, like I said, in data would need to have. So how can they?
Sorry, I just wanted to add to that question. So someone talked about collaboration, and we're talking about communication. So you said those people at the back end, like the data engineer. So my question is, for collaboration and communication, do you think they are pair, they are the same? And for people that are the back end, what skill do you think they should center around between collaboration and communication? I don't know if you get. I just want to add that to his question.
I was thinking the question will come one after the other, so
yeah, you can.
Okay, all right.
We have to suck everything inside your brain.
Okay. So let's make a scenario, right?
Okay.
Let's say CEO has an initiative and he meets with the product managers. So I want to get this product out. Let's just paint a fictitious scenario. So I'm in fintech and I want to release a new loan product so that the customers are just going to love it. It's going to be low interest and like that. The project manager gets all these requirements, create a user story, invite both the front-end guys, back-end guys, and you are the product analyst in between.
Sorry, they don't always remember data guys.
But in actual scenario, they should have the product analyst. Like I said, it's a scenario, right?
Yeah,
so just follow my movie, okay? Just see my movie as a complete Marvel movie, okay? Now you're there. They've get all these things they want to discuss and like that. Here's where the challenge comes in. The data engineer or the backend guys just want the technical side. So it's the job of the project manager to now make everything in smaller terms. And you'll be done with the grooming session, you'll be done with the planning session, and everybody will just be allotted some portion of the task to go and do. That's all. And I'm sorry to say this, that might be the only time everybody comes on a call to discuss this. Now, what you said, what Sam said, can then be joined together. Okay, you are now the data product analyst in this field, or you are the data scientist in this field. You are the data scientist. You are to go build a model that do XYZ. But during the process whereby the grooming is being done, they omitted a lot of things. Maybe there's an external variable they ought to capture, and you need to go back to them and tell them that the KYC step that you mentioned, I think number of let me just find one thing to say. Number of family member is crucial. Do you think you should tell them or not?
If it has impact on the project, then why not? Yeah, you should.
So what are you going to do to make them know this? It's communication, right?
Okay.
Now, depending on anything, remember I said it's the CEO's initiative. How are you going to go back to the CEO and say, sir, it's not that all your points are not right though. But I think you should add this. Somebody's laughing, right? I think, sir, you should add this other variable. I think we should capture it. So this is where all your collaboration skills now comes in. This is where you developing an interpersonal relationship with people you work with then comes in. Perhaps you've asked a data engineer to pass you some data. They've worked overnight to just get you this data point. And you'll be like, sorry, one column is missing. Oh, can you punch you? Yeah, something like that. So,
sorry, guys.
You're not violent. We know you're not violent. I know you're not violent. So your communications will now be like, sorry, our esteemed data engineer, The pipeline is so good and amazing. You see those words I'm using now. But pardon my manners. I think we omitted it. Sorry, it's not we now. Like, I think the requirement I sent to you, a data point is missing. Could you please help me? The guy was like, but I told you to revise this thing twice. And this is where communication when that comes in. Then you then need to read the room. You need to understand the person you are working with. I think that's empathy, if I can use that word. You have to need to understand, oh, is this person egoistic? If that person is egoistic, I just romance the ego, if I'm permitted to say that word. Just like massage the person's ego. I'm like, oh, senior man, boss, chairman. Or in name of you want to get the work done and you are a team player. I think that's another soft skill we should mention about you being a team player. It's not that you knew. You are, like I said, if a data professional knows who he or she is, you know you are like an oracle, like you see it all, so to speak. Even before the product is ready, you can run simulation, you have the data, right? And you know this thing is going to fail. If you are not a team player, just like, okay, I've done my part, what it was asked of me, I've done it, but you know it's going to fail. So your teamwork comes in, your collaboration comes in. Then, like I said, it's so important to know who you are working with. I know some, right, they are so high-pitched. You think they are so angry at you. And some will just bury themselves in the code like, okay, I'll just fire a mail to this person. Some people don't like mails, no? Some people just like walk down to them like, hey guy, I'm going to send you a mail just to make it official, but I just need this thing done and like that. But some, it's like you don't know what I asked you to do. So I'm tempted to say this, like throughout the whole data journey, data project journey, I think there's some skill set that is highly required all through the journey.
We get to there.
So about communication. So what I want to feel, I feel communication should be splitted now because I'm just saying communication skill. So it is not just about speaking now. We should also look at maybe writing and the active listening part of it. Because it is not just to talk alone. Sometimes it might be required to prepare some documents or even to write maybe a mail self. As simple as a mail is. You can just try to conjecture some things together and you just have
number one.
So stuff like that because your communication people will get different contexts when you speak and when you write. So when it is like you are checking the two, some people are very good with speaking, just speak and you get it at once and you are good. But there are some people that their own strength is at writing. So do you want to say that those people too are short of effective communicators?
For example, am I cutting?
No, you can't.
This is more personal. Like I know someone that she's very unassuming. She's good. She's good, right? But when she speaks, she's I don't want to, for lack of a better word, she's not very eloquent and all of that. When she writes, I'm always wondering, like, is it this person? Like the way she puts everything together, and I'm like, this is so. Now, just to buttress what Suraj said, people like that, right? People might tend to like sideline them in the grand scheme of things. So what's the need for them? Like how can they, level up? Okay. Right.
I want to add to that. Sorry. It's not a question per se, right? So where I currently work, my boss doesn't play with documentation. Like when Suraj mentioned it. So he had an issue with one of my colleagues, right? So she's a data scientist. So he asked her to like go and do some research and then do a proposal concerning a business problem, how she can use, data science to solve that problem. So she's good with the tool and all that. But doing the report, writing the documentation, my boss was like, how can you write like this? He was like, people look at this thing. And another thing he says is, he always says that your work is not complete without documentation. So my question to you is, it's not really a question, but like, Would you agree with him that like your work is not complete if you are not able to properly like document, all the process that you did?
Well, a lot of people are on this table, like a lot of data professionals on this table. Yes, documentation is super important because this is what we leave after your project either dies, still living. I don't know any other English that I can put in between. Yeah, documentation is super important. However, I think empathy should come in, right? Identify everybody's strength when you're working with them. This is you being a team player. As a boss, as a manager, as a co-worker, a colleague, you have to be, I'm using this word cautiously, be gentle with another person. Now, some people's superpower is actually presenting. And it's a great, if I can emphasize it more, in the soft skill world. Because the outcome of your project needs to be sold. So if you can't sell what you have, let's say there's a competitive ideas and you know the direction the company is going is, but you know that if you look at it from this perspective, it's going to give like high yield, better return on investment and like that. And you're done with that wonderful project and boom, you are unable to sell your idea to your stakeholder. I'm digressing, I know. But the main point is your documentation sometimes is not that difficult as most people think it is. Sometimes, okay, how can you write an algorithm in simple plain text for an executive summary? It's difficult, no? But you can write a pseudocode that, okay, when this customer pay 70,000 naira, the interest after 7 days is this. You might go and use percentile or distribution to do it. Just find a middle ground of, okay, what would this person understand? What language does this person speak? Then you can write that. So documentation can be in two ways. You can write the executive summary side and you can write the technical. Documentation.
But I think that depends on the is easier than the executive.
It depends on the person that is going to consume the...
Exactly. So if you write the executive summary, just give a short brief about what the project is all about. That can be good. But sorry again, some managers need to be very, very gentle with people, right? A data scientist, oftentimes, so to say, I want everybody to improve. Everybody should improve. Everybody should grow. But sometimes, let's be gentle on our scientists. They are lab people. Like, let them calm down. Don't expect too much, but you can just give them, okay, I think you should add this. And that's where I think empathy should be stressed. So that this person has worked all through the night, come up the best model. And mind you, it's not that we are undermining technical skill here. Some people can run like 70, 80, 90 models. Use AutoML, might not work. Use everything, might not work. Just maybe that bathroom experience or whatnot. The idea just spark. And all you are now focusing is going to write documentation. No. You have to like calm down with him and let him find his hotspot. Let him start with a draft. Then if you are a good manager, I'm using this word cautiously also. Okay, then I iteratively improve on the documentation. I think you missed this out. And like that. But in all, documentation is super important because you might not be in the company for 1,000 years and your code base might be as large as anything. But with your documentation points other people in the right direction and it also helps with collaboration. I think that's what I would say.
Okay. Very insightful. Like empathy as a boss. Please, let's be softer on our professionals. So, So I would say, I believe Babatunde has other critical skills critical soft skills that are needed that we'll discuss about. But lastly, around this communication, would you say communication can make or break a project, right? And can you give us maybe a scenario where you saw, maybe not personally, or how it impacted someone else's project, or maybe your project that you've worked on in the past year?
Okay. I have a lot of examples, but they said no name calling, so
I want you to give us
anonymized, please.
I want you to give us both negative and positive, so that people can see how the dynamic.
Let's take the red pill first. Okay. Let's cut the red pill, the negative one. So, personally, I've once received a requirement, and what I was asked to do is to just translate business rule into an algorithm for a project. I know this thing has a lot of flaws. I know it's not going to scale, and I know it's not robust. In fact, the edge cases will even make fraud to happen.
Okay.
It was very, very early in my career. No caps here. So I'm like, okay, you know what? We can go far and beyond for this project. So I put on my statistician hat, check the distribution. What can be wrong with this thing? Okay, I deep dive. Okay, where are the outliers? Okay, I see you. You are there. XYZ. This project is complete. And they see the result like this. Now, I was so introvert that time. So introvert. No. First, I was so shy to say, sir, I want to have a word with you. And for some of us that actually work with, let's say we have like, I think, what's the word now? Expatriates. Mm-hmm. Like you are now working with your fellow countrymen.
Language
so that it's not it transcends beyond language barrier. You're like, it might just be
like that person is a high person.
Yeah, you just that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Inferiority complex. I'm like, okay, so how am I gonna do this now? Oh, so I need your attention for 5 minutes to do this. Good Lord, indeed I got the 5 minutes. You know what I was discussing? Chi-square. P-value. I was just doing all those jargon. The statistically significant. Is this like kind of like? Okay, go implement
I had to go bring money to me. I mean, like we're looking at revenue here.
It almost broke my spirit, and it's so sad that the person I stood in for, like, she was on leave. And so there's no mentoring. I could get that time to just say, oh, my idea is beautiful. It's just that I just don't know how to sell it. And sorry to say this, it's still paining me now, but it's so painful that we roll with the rule-based one. I felt starved, so to speak. Now to the good side. So I think I take my lesson from that side. Now let's go to the good side of the project. I don't know if you've seen executive meeting night happens. Someone just have one idea like that, and immediately they just say it can work. But they've not done the exploration, the analysis. They don't even know whether the data is available and the likes like that. But you as a data professional, let's say they now bring this kind of problem to your table, you'll be like, okay, I know say you don't mention this thing over there. Don't worry. Let's see how we can do and how this project can come to life. Then you do your thing, and then you then come up with this beautiful solution. Then when you are now presenting that's where I think you now need your storytelling to come in and your communication. I think a lot of data professionals struggle to convert complex idea into, I'm using the word now, relatable insight. Insight can be
it can be north, east, west.
Something they don't even send you. You can't even figure it out. But is it relatable to the project? Is it actionable? So if those key terms are not there, trust me, your dashboard can have 57 and 3 million KPIs speaking to every business dimension. But sometimes just glossary session of what AOV means, for instance, of all there's this. I see a lot of dashboards. They just write WOW. Like something like that. MOM or something like that.
MTD.
Come on.
So, but if you make it so expressive that maybe a tooltip, for instance, like you just move your mouse there. Oh, so this is what this means. That aha moments where your CMB, what CMB, what is GMB. In marketing, there's a lot of terminology I'll just be flying around. So if you communicate well, trust me, that thing that the business are not even looking at before, they have no clue about, when they'll be like, oh. And the best part of being a data professional is when your stakeholder now becomes an Oliver Twist. They only give you 2 requirements. And
speaking of, I was just thinking about something.
Okay.
You just more like spoke my thoughts. So,
okay.
When you find yourself in that kind of situation as a data professional, right? How do you? So, I feel like one of the things that we have not, or let me say, I have been in that shoes before, is managing expectations.
Okay.
Right? Managing the expectations of the stakeholders, right? They want this, they want that, they want that. Like you mentioned earlier that while you were speaking, there are some things that, you already know that this is going to fail.
Yeah.
Right. And so how do you manage the expectation of the stakeholders in a way that, of course, like they used to say that, how do you tell someone that is foolish in a professional way? But no, just for laughs. But yeah, I feel like this is one thing that a lot of people are not getting yet, because they say they want this, they want that, Oliver Twist, like you said. But there is barely time to even put those things together. And also, you are seeing a red flag in some of these things, right? Imagine that project you said that you saw that it could even lead to money fraud or stuff.
Yeah.
Imagine if maybe it was deployed and then it's going to cost the business, a lot of money, or put them into a lot of regulatory issues and likes. Now, how do you manage the expectations of stakeholders?
Yeah, we relate this to soft skill, right?
Yeah.
I think let's start with the major thing, which I know a lot of people fail on. You see, it's good to under-promise and over-deliver than to over-promise and under-deliver. That's like the mantra. Like, if you work with anybody, just under-promise.
Yeah.
Just get a small cubic of their requirements and just go and do your thing. Amaze them with that dashboard. Amaze them with that model. Just make them wow. That's like the first step. Now, how do you then manage stakeholders' expectation, if I get your question right? Like I said, the first and major thing is, during that requirement gathering session, when you are discussing the project afresh, you just listen. I think Suraj mentioned the other time, active listening. Yeah. So when your stakeholder are making their request, you will know whether, like I said the other time, maybe someone that has like too much, you go. Sometimes they don't want to come to data, right? They don't want to come to the data team. They just want to go and fly with their ideas, fly with their thought. Them coming to you is already like, I don't know, touch one button, and let's say your company is the one that is data driven, like say no decision is going to be made in this complaint except its data is backing it up and like that. So them coming to you, you're already in soup, so to speak. Then you can have like a very mature organization whereby the data is ready, they're available, everybody speak numbers and like that. Now, if they give you 1,010 requirements, and in all honesty, you yourself know that you can only do 3. I think some of the soft skills that we failed to mention, we've not mentioned yet, is critical thinking.
Yeah, we're getting there.
So critical thinking is all about you scoping a project. Scoping a project in the sense that you'll be able to know, okay, this is the best way, this is not the best way. This method will not scale. Just like you want to query 1 million rows now, and this database is a transactional database, and you just go and select star, and you're going to break everything. Why it's a technical skill at the later on is your soft skill as a critical thinker and a problem solver, that you'll have foresee all these things. Yeah. So you'll have known this thing is not going to scale. Which will now take us back to where we start from, communication. So there's sometimes whereby you will just be this humble to the earth. Why? Because you are a team player, and your collaboration skill will let you know who that person you are dealing with is. Maybe somebody that doesn't like you interrupting them when they are speaking. So you just calm down. Maybe somebody that he wants to see your authority, like give him, okay, last month, sir, the reason why I said we should not proceed with this thing is that there is 25% drop in sales, and it's coming from the southeast. So if we proceed with this, so sometimes you have to be authoritative and assertive. Why? Because you see this number, you work with this number every day. Now, when you now give like 3,010 requirements, with humility, sir, I'm not sure this can fly with the shortest time, except then you will not be like antagonizing. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do it. Except to get more ants, except we have like contract staff. So when you give them those options, you're like, okay, maybe they can calm down. I'm sorry to say this, there are some people, they will not even listen, right? But you just mentioning that already give you a leverage. Maybe the matter then escalates and HR is involved. You're like,
I said it,
something like that. Remember?
You don't go create one instance for AWS where they cost the company $50,000.
Yeah. I've been on that table before, right? There's this API that backfire, but you see, soft skills are super important and they can cover you. Yeah. They can even save your job. Personal story. So it's recent actually, and I could not sleep. So there's this API that we pay for, and that API makes a call. Somehow, I think I did not critically think very well. Somehow, this run into thousands of dollars. Something that ought to be like $10 for a whole month. Now results with $1,000 plus. I was like, okay, I'm done for it. I think I should just pack my load. I think I should just go and polish my CV. But if you are kind enough and you just like communication now, like, okay, I know I mess up. I think I deserve to be sacked. But if you can find it in your heart of heart. But this is not SQL, right? Is this SQL?
No.
It's not SQL, right? It's not Excel. It's not VLOOKUP. It's all about you. Like, my life depends on this thing. So I think the technical skill can make you get the job. But I think it's your soft skill that can make you stay on the job. Wow. If that's another quotable quote. Well, yeah.
It is a quotable quote. I'm taking it.
Why does it sound like passing words?
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yeah, so we've been talking communication. Yeah. So for you as a professional, so let's talk about maybe other soft skills. Like you've mentioned critical thinking, you've mentioned I think empathy still relates to communication sort of. So like, can you like tell us like other soft skills that will make you stand out and will keep your job, as you have said, as a data professional?
I like to keep my job actually. So it's so important to keep my job. Maybe yeah. Good jobs are scarce. There's a lot of jobs, Okay, probably just walk through the whole data project life cycle. Okay. And I think it's high time data professionals start seeing their work as you building a product. I don't know if that makes any sense. Yeah. Your dashboard is a project. Yeah. That analysis is a product, because in fact, it can just be like a KPI card. It's also a data product. So if you see every of what we do as a product, then we can start thinking as a CEO in our field. Right. So, everything CEO does is what you just have to start thinking. So let's start with the first part. Requirement gathering and stakeholders meeting, for instance. That's when your communication skills will now shine. This is where you now start asking the right question. This is when you'll be like, okay, understand who you are working with. Maybe it's those, and sorry to say this, some of your stakeholder knows the number even more than you. Because they are the operation guys.
Yeah, they relate. They know like, the intricacy.
You know how to come and tell them right and beans, like, are you okay or something? Yeah. So active listening, I think Suraj hits that on the nail. Active listening, this is when you them like, okay, calm down. Just because some stakeholders, they don't even know what they want. So they just say, and this is funny, right? Maybe they attend a summit and their buzzword flying around, say AI this, rag that. I'm like, they just like, okay, they just come to you, do that thing. Good Lord, you are the data leader. I'm like, so we are not going to start using AI now. Like, oh God, our data maturity never reached AI. So this is where you like give them those wonderful feedback in a calm, collected way based on who they are. If you are going to move to the next stage, which is say data collection and cleaning, I think we've not mentioned this. Patience. Have you worked on an EDA for 2 weeks before? Anybody with that experience?
No, you are there. We are not.
No. Okay, so true life experience, freelance job, right? And it's an image data to come up with a shiny dashboard. And oh God, this data scatter. Like it's scatter past anything. It's in so different places. Spend 2 weeks. Like just say, okay, you have to come like this. You have to come like this. And depending on the company you're going to work, data maturity might just be Google Sheet. Different sheet in a Google workbook. And you're like, okay, how can I do this? Patience should be a soft skill. Because you can lose your cool. Like, somebody posted on WhatsApp say, okay, those remote data professionals, they don't usually take their bath. I was like, I'm sorry, they can't take their bath. Like, I'm still doing EDA, but I don't even know the direction to go. Yeah, so patience. Yeah. EDAs are going to test your patience. And I think during that process too, that's when you then start like put up your art of adaptability. sorry, Excel cannot do this thing. I'm sorry. There is nothing. You can't bend Excel to do it. Excel will just die. Or you are using machine gun to kill mosquito. That one maybe is another word. Like some like just want to do 5 rows of data. Maybe you are just looking for the mean. Now carry that in Go SQL. Gone there. You waste your stakeholders time for God's sake. So. And guess what? You might have communicated a timeline already. The third stage, say data analysis and modeling. Your creativity is actually required here. Creativity in the sense that you need to just look at data sometimes from a new perspective. Like the example I cited the other time. Number of family member that a person that wants to take a loan. It matters because those are Gen 2K people. It's part of the criteria whether a loan will be repaid back. Or not. And good Lord, your own data maturities, you are just capturing demography. Is he a male or a female? Is he married? And now critical thinking sets in your data analysis side. Problem solving skills then sets in. Maybe I stop there. Now, finally, what makes your project shine? Presentation and storytelling. I've seen a lot of dashboard. I don't know whether people don't know that. Dashboard is like 2 things, right? The UI itself, the UX itself. The user interface, how pretty are your dashboard? It's supposed to see the experience. Sometimes it bolivared the so-called UI itself. If your dashboard is black and white, and everything that the stakeholder needs to see, they are seeing it there. So informative. Who cares whether it's colored? And sometimes too, I think this is where adaptability comes in storytelling. Some people just want red color for growth.
Yeah.
And you know when something is growing, it should be green. Like, it's just, if not red, they want.
Just give them.
Save yours. Like, go and have a good night's sleep. They want green. You want green, Abby? I will give you green. And, okay, I think I failed to mention this. Sometimes, please, don't bend data. Don't bend it. He's saying that we are not growing. Don't say it's growing. There is nothing you can do. Don't bend it. So that's adaptability also. Be confident enough to say, sir, when I check the data, I'm sorry, we are not growing. It's that assumption. I think we need to go and call a stakeholders meeting. Our investor needs to
Companies might need to raise funds, so they might need to bend.
Okay.
Don't add this.
So I think I've touched base on some of those skills. I think we should mention governance as well, because I think we mentioned data analysts, data scientists, data governance, and data engineers. Sometimes I think we need to.
Sorry, so data governance is soft skill.
No, I'm saying
as
a data governance, being a data professional. So I'm trying to say, as a data analyst, this is the soft skills you should have. As a data governance guy, this is the soft skill you have. So you as a data governance guy, you should be gentle and learn to educate people. Rather than like the punishment of what you do is HR is going to remove 1 million naira from your salary. You breach the country. No.
Talk to Siraj direct.
No.
That governance soft skill is plenty. Let me say plenty.
I agree.
Like for data governance,
I agree,
because they're not really doing the coding like that. Even if you are doing quality checks or you are checking for compliance, what you'll be doing most will be like even interacting with the legal guys, the regulation, and all of those people. So you'll be meeting people. You'll be meeting with high stakeholder guys. So it's not just communication alone. There are so many things that you have to consider. But
should I add that
communication is?
Should I add that
prime?
A data governance person should know how to negotiate.
Yes, I've found myself like
negotiating a lot. Like
I've been doing it since.
Can we come to a middle ground? Like
to just be like, okay, this amount. Okay, let's do instead of doing 3 years payment as a stretch, let's break it down to, can we do like every quarter? I said no, if you do 1 quarter, it's going to we're not going to benefit from the bonus we want to give. Okay, let's try 1 month. After 1 month, none of those.
But is that coding?
All those stuff. So
is that coding? Is it technical?
It's not technical, but exactly. All of those things are core to what you want to do as a data professional too. Even you might even find yourself as maybe a data engineer that wants to preach a particular technology or tool to the business. They might say, okay, if you want to adopt it, then go for it. It might even be going for a new subscription or license. That, okay, this license is not good for us. We need to upgrade. Maybe the basic one is not it.
Absolutely.
Again. So the discussion around it, how you convince the business that this one is the best for us, I think all of those things still rallies around.
A business intelligence analyst, a data scientist, a data governance, data engineer.
It's plenty.
There are plenty of them. Yeah. Who do you think collaborate the most?
When you say
interface with
people,
human being and not computer.
Business intelligence.
Business intelligence.
I think business intelligence and data science.
They are more business.
It's because they are always talking to
business intelligence
the management. It's because they're always talking to the management, getting requirements from them, and building dashboards.
Because I feel like everything still stops at the bulk of the BI person eventually.
Yeah.
But governance is across board.
I mean, the bulk stops at
It's across board.
Yeah.
So you are always talking to insiders. You are always talking to internal and external people.
Yeah, I think it's governance though, but
everywhere all around that.
So in summary, when we want to interview a data governance person or a business intelligence person, should we just say, do you know SQL, Power BI, Tableau, PowerPoint?
No.
Or should we just go far beyond that? Can you tell me how you can sell this to me? Can you so this is the output of the project, can you speak to me? How do you consider domain knowledge as relevant in your day-to-day work? Don't you think we should add those questions as part of the
and even the documentation part that Favor mentioned, governance is still going to follow you through its documentation.
Yeah. There's something that you've said it, I just want to touch on it a bit. Not a question, but I think data owner, it's not a question. It's more like contribution to what you said. Ownership.
Yeah.
Because there's this thing that I'm also a culprit to that. Like sometimes, I feel like there's a project you're supposed to work on, or there's a task, the deliverable, right? And then you're like, well, let me just do my part. Let me just do what I need to do. As long as they're paying me,
you're not a team player.
Right? So I feel like ownership, having that ownership mindset alone, before any other thing, because you have a task, you have a deliverable, you have a project you need to deliver. Knowing that, owning that thing, right? Like it's your own
part of the project
thing. It's your business.
Should I expand that, Sam?
Yeah.
And say it's not just about you taking ownership alone. It's all about you also having a product sense. Remember I mentioned the other time that you should see a data as a product.
Yeah.
So imagine they assign a task to you. Okay, please help us to optimize this query. Indeed, you might just optimize the query, make it work, create a view. But it would be nice also to ask, okay, what do you really want to use this query to do? Is it something that needs a latency of 1 second or 2 seconds? Probably I could have. But yeah, you are right, absolutely. You are taking ownership of that particular thing. But seeing the whole, I don't know the English, I'm not an English person, the whole bigger picture, will then make you to be like, you know what, I'm sorry, I think we should stream this data instead of this batch process of a thing. So you are not being a team player that way. So I agree absolutely.
Wow, we've had such a wonderful, amazing conversation today. I'll just wrap up around what we were talking about now. I know Babatunde personally, and one thing I have learned from him, let your work try to be perfect, right? So when probably there's a problem and maybe, let's say a table leg break, and then you can just use super glue to gum it to just stand for that time, right? But you know that something can happen and that thing will break. No, don't be doing. He used to call it patch work. He hates patch work. He likes something being thorough and solid, right? You should look to the end. Even if they need it to work as a demo, you can do that, but make sure you go back to it and make it thorough and make sure you get it done. That's one thing I've learned from him. And trust me, I've been carrying
what you have learned from him.
I'm just telling you
of my God.
So thank you so much for coming on our show today. We've learned so much. Yeah, any last words for us? Yeah.
I think it should revolve around how can we improve our soft skill. I think companies should do more. I think managers should do more. I think individual should work on themselves too. Like Sam made an example of the person that cannot really communicate verbally very well, but in writing, he or she can do that. Use flashcards. Like, just this is what you want to talk about. Instead of even looking at... Sorry, have you observed some people when they want to present this PowerPoint thing? Everything they want to do, they'll just be looking at the screen like that.
Reading word for word.
Exactly.
It just supposed to be bullet point, like guides.
We can read the bullet point already.
Yeah, we can
so
do
what
that.
are we not seeing that? So company can organize
Training
like all those
sessions.
trainings. You can do self-learning yourself and the likes like that. Please. And the most important thing is take feedback, right?
Yeah,
Like,
take feedback.
I know Favor don't like me. I don't like
I'm not mentioning names here.
Wait,
No,
it
she's
is
here,
my
so
favorite,
that's
yes.
why I mentioned
Let me
it.
tell you something. It's a love-hate relationship. Like, I love him so much, but he hates me.
No,
but
I don't
hate
hate
him
you.
too.
I don't hate you
Let's
actually.
hope.
I don't hate you. But let's take feedback.
settled,
Our bosses are not that. They want the best. Let me put it that way. Yeah. They want the best. So let's take their feedback. So with that, we can improve on us, and we should get mentors sometimes.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much, Babatunde. We've had a very insightful session today. I'm very sure a lot of you have seen and you've noted down a lot of quotes that have been said. Quotes. Quote is quote.
About testing kind of quotes.
Yeah,
Off
quotes.
mic.
So many things, to note down. So please let us work on our soft skills. As your technical skill will get you the job, but the soft skill will keep the job. Bye, Babatunde.
Like they used to say that, like when they say, your talent will take you to the top, but what will sustain you is your character.
Exactly. So we've come to the end of this episode. I'm very sure you enjoyed this episode. I'm very sure you've noted a lot of things. So please like, follow, share, subscribe, turn on your notification on all our socials, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. We love you guys. We hope to see you in our next episode. So bye.
Bye.
Thank you.